We are the restaurant brokers, and we sell restaurants.
We started the nation's largest restaurant brokerage firm over a decade ago.
Atlanta, Georgia was our starting point, but our brand is spreading nationwide. We define restaurant brokerage and help buyers just like these.
Our dream, our goal, open up a restaurant, loving life, serving people breakfast and lunch, and then enjoying the rest of the day with them and ourselves.
Buying an existing restaurant, leasing a closed restaurant space, or purchasing a restaurant franchise, we help buyers satisfy their appetite for acquisition.
I'm part of a husband and wife team with this fella.
Working with my wife has been a lot of fun. The ultimate goal for everybody here is to make this work. And because we have different strengths, we bring different angles to the deal.
The process begins with our powerhouse website, WeSellRestaurants.com, where buyers sign online confidentiality agreements and browse restaurants for sale.
Then we send buyers undercover to check out a restaurant and decide if it's the right one for them.
Buyers get our proprietary business analysis tool with all the financial details on the business for sale.
After studying the restaurant inside and out, it's back to our office.
We are deal makers. We write contracts and negotiate terms for buyers and sellers. That's why we sell more restaurants than any other firm in the nation. We are the restaurant brokers. Our name says it all. Okay, that sound means you're back on the air with the restaurant brokers, Eric and Robin Gagnon. Today we have been talking to experts in the burger industry, and it's time to turn our attention to restaurant reality. That's where we give you the inside scoop and unbridled truth about the industry. So, Eric, all right, truth now. We're into restaurant reality. What is your favorite burger, and when did you first have it?
I think it's the one I cook myself on my own grill, to be honest with you, with my specials, spices in it, little sauces in it when I cook it, when I prepare my meat. And then I'm sorry, Rev, but I do put my cheese on top.
Okay. Well, that was kind of interesting. We had that whole debate about cheese over or under.
It was. I mean, our guests were phenomenal there. I mean, Rev Sean Show and Greg Frangos and John Abdo, I mean, all brought so much about the burger business, and there was so much knowledge today to talk about. Like you said, the Great American Classic that, according to them, every restaurant should have one.
And I do think that it's very, very rare that you go into a restaurant in America that doesn't have a burger outside of, the niche sort of, a Chinese restaurant or a sushi place or something like that. If you're going to virtually any other kind of restaurant, you're going to find a burger. But I will say this. I think the reality of the burger business is it is difficult to differentiate yourself. And I'll tell you what makes me think about there's so many restaurants with burger in the name, and I could just start and not stop for 10 minutes with burger in the name. It made me think about, Office Depot and Office Max. They sold the same thing. I never knew the difference. I was in a loyalty program for one of them. I would pull out the card for the wrong one at that business, and they finally merged. And I was like, thank goodness, I don't have to remember which one I was going to. How do you differentiate? And the reality of that's pretty tough in a competitive market, don't you think?
It is, but one of our guests talk about today, and one thing is about educating the customers. When tell the story about what makes you different. They talk about, we talk a little bit today about, hey, I'm a small mom and pop, I'm Joe's Burger, and I'm competing against, the Five Guys and the Three Guys and the Backyard and all these other big chains out there. How do I do this? They say, you got to stay connected locally. You got to be, you got to offer better service. You got to be tied to your community, and you got to educate people. I mean, Robin, we could have 3-hour discussion on what if it's grass-fed and grain-fed and all sorts of things about the beef, and I think people want that. I mean, whether you're a fine dining restaurant or you're a small mom and pop, have everybody's got giant screens in their restaurant now for one reason. Whether they put CNN on or whether they put Sports Center on or you go anywhere, once you have that screen telling the stories of your food while people are eating or while people are waiting in line or something, I think that would help make differentiation.
Yeah, that's a great subliminal advertising technique is, use that iPad on the table to give the story. And it's very consistent. What we say in Restaurant Reality every single week, it always comes back to the basics. And it doesn't matter whether it's a Chinese restaurant or a burger restaurant. It comes down to educating your servers, have them being an advocate, creating a customer service experience that then turns those clients into brand ambassadors for you who are going out saying, oh no, this one Burger X is different and here's why. So you've got to experience it. And finding that way to really connect within the community and within the customer in such a way that they keep coming back for more. And there are lots and lots of burger chains, but I know that it is something people are very passionate about. And people will tell you, no, you can only go here for this burger.
Yeah, and I mean, we talk about burger today, but if you are a pizza restaurant, a wing restaurant, something, you can interchange that word right now, because if you're passionate, you got to tell the story. How many pizza shop is there out there? Why come into yours versus coming to them? You got to tell them your story. Why are you different? And you got to tell them, I think Rev said it well today, we eat with our eyes first, and, our ears and our eyes, and we'll get that first. So you got to be able to tell the story to get them to your door and then deliver on that. And one thing that really hit me today, Robin, that was very, very amazing. It's like, there are so many burger places. I mean, you drive around. I mean, every one of you, wherever you are in America, in the next 48 to 72 hours, you probably see a new hamburger restaurant coming, on the street that you drive by. But our guest said, well, today, you know what? Our demographics is from 5 years old to 95 years old. That is a lot of people.
Well, and I think that what happened is you see the growth of the giant, the McDonald's and the Burger Kings. They taught America that burger is a staple. It created a classic, even though it wasn't, the highest possible quality, but that value meal or that inexpensive fast food experience got everybody into the mindset of eating burgers. And so now it's in our social fiber that a burger is something that we want to eat. Our palate is predisposed towards that as a cuisine, and so they'll try it no matter where it is and what it is. We're always open for one more burger experience.
And I like the pricing of this. I mean, very interesting. I mean, like you said, you can get a cheeseburger at McDonald's for $1, or you can go to a very expensive restaurant and get hundreds of dollars. So where are you going to be? I mean, we talk about that. If you are, a restaurant that can, have a burger program, you should consider it. But where are you going to be? What is it? You got to put some thought, some research, some development, and just say, hey, we have a burger too, and put a frozen patty on the menu, and just say, if somebody wants it, we'll just, throw in the grill and cook it, and put a piece of cheese, according to Rev, under meat to make them happy. We'll change our comment here, but to do that and just have it. I think you have to put more thought into it than just say Me Too. I mean, there's so many people that does a Me Too that this is something I think that needs to be because it's such an iconic food. I think it deserves a lot of respect. That it needs to be a bit more well thought of than just throwing it on your menu. Would you agree?
But it's one thing or the other, because you either have got to go small, specialized, and really get into it the way you just described, or you've got to go big and get under the wings of a giant franchise. Yeah. Like, for example, one of the franchises we have for sale. We have a Burger King for sale, and there is nothing wrong with Burger King. It's one of the top 5 food restaurants in the world. So it's a phenomenal brand, and it has that recognition, it has that exposure, and it's been doing burgers for, dozens and dozens of years.
Yeah, and we talk about creative and everything. I mean, true story. I went to a Tex-Mex restaurant before, and they had 6 burgers on the menu. It didn't really resonate well. So how do you do a Tex-Mex burger that would fit into your menu? So just hey, burgers are popular. We'll just throw them out there on the menu. There's a little section on the menu. Looks like god-awful pictures, honestly. It didn't make you feel really excited about it. So I think, they need to capitalize on the burger crave, but how do you integrate in your menu? Just say, hey, I have a cheeseburger, I have a hamburger, and, of course, we have one on the kids' menu. It seems to be a staple on every kids' menu in America.
Okay, you're not going to let me talk about my Burger King restaurant for sale?
You can go ahead now.
Okay, because I want to tell you, it's a great listing. It's on the market for $1,499,000, and the reason it's so expensive is because, 1, it is that amazing brand, and 2, it includes the real estate. And it's very, very rare that you can buy a business where the real estate comes with it, and you're never going to have to worry about a landlord. And with a brand like that and real estate, this one is pre-approved with SBA financing with a 25% down payment. Pretty good, huh?
Yeah, and think about this in real estate. We don't talk a lot about this. You buy the business for your lifestyle. You're going to pay the bills. You're going to feed the family every day. And in 10, 15 years from now, you're ready to retire. You can still have the income from that real estate. So the real estate is your retirement. This is your retirement fund. So if you look at it from that perspective, you're buying something that's going to have a very long life, even after the fact that you are going to be retired from the day-to-day operation of your restaurant.
Okay, I have one more quickly I'm going to talk about, because we have 2 different units of backyard burgers for sale, and those are in the Florida market. And that is a good brand. That brand is
45 years old.
Wow, 45 years old, headed out of Nashville, Tennessee. A very, very good management group that's been in there for the past couple of years, really doing a turnaround on that brand. I think it's a time to get in. and
Absolutely.
really push your
And go to WeSellRestaurants.com and look at all these burger listings that we have, and so much more.
That's right. You know where to find us. It's WESELL Restaurants with an S.com. This is Eric and Robin Gagnon. We are the Restaurant Brokers. We're here every week to give you inside information and the exclusive scoop on the restaurant business.